Hello everybody and welcome to my first longer length video. Today I will be ranking all of the Brawl Pass skins, starting at the first one ever released and ending with the last one ever released. Check the description for the list of skins that I do not have access to, such as limited ones that I don't have, or other reasons like that. If you do not know how the ranking works, I will explain it very briefly. S tier is the best and F tier is the worst. So it'll go S, A, B, C, D, and then F. Obviously with S tier being the best and F tier being the worst. Okay, and without further ado, let's hop right into this video. Please like and subscribe if you would like to see more videos like this, and let's go. Starting with Merchant Gale, this is the first ever Brawl Pass skin. I really like its snake and sand effects, so I think I'll be putting this in the S tier. Super Ranger Brock is the first ever tier 0 skin of the Brawl Pass. It was cool when it came out, but now that it's been replaced by better Super Ranger Brock skins, I'm going to have to put it in the F tier. Mecha Paladin Surge is another really good one. I do think it lacks a little in the early stages, but once it upgrades, I think it's just a really cool skin, and I really like the lance effects. So with that, I think I'll probably go A tier with this one. I really like the effect when he jumps. Star Poco is another pretty decent one. It's nothing crazy, but I really like the lore behind it. So I think I will go with C tier. Trixie Colette is a really good one. I do think it might be a little bit overrated, but it's still a really nice skin, and I really like the purple with it. Colette isn't one of my most used brawlers, but it's still probably a top of B tier skin in my opinion. Bellhop Dynamite is a good skin, definitely not one of Dyna's best, but I would say it's still a pretty good skin, and I really like the animations. I like the model, and I like the idea. The idea is really good, but the execution was a little bad, so I'll go B tier. King Lou is a good skin, and the main attack animation is good, but the super animation is really terrible, and it's hardly custom at all. And yeah, it's just a poor execution super-wise, with just the normal super with gems appearing every once in a while, so I will go B tier. I'm not even going to try and say this Daryl skin's name, but it's a really cool skin. The animation is really good. I feel like it's a very forgotten skin. The super doesn't have a custom animation, but the attack animation is really cool, so I'm going to go with A tier. I really love Ronin Ruffs. The model is great, and the idea is great, but once again, the attack animation is just so minimal that I can't go super high with it. I wish there was a custom super after it landed on the ground. That would be really nice, but ultimately I will go B tier. I used to really hate Gunslinger Colt because they didn't give any custom animations, but now they gave some slight custom animations, and I actually really like them. So that'll bump this up from being like an F tier up to a C tier. Belle Goldhand is an amazing skin. I love the model especially, but even the attack animation, the super animation isn't that much, but it's still really good. And I have to give this one S tier. It's just an amazing skin. I'm gonna have to go with C tier on Surfer Carl. I really like the Frisbee. It's just a little strange to me. The super animation is decent, and I like it a lot more than the attack animation, but the attack animation is still so weird, and I don't really understand it. Another skin I used to not really like, and I don't really understand why I didn't like it, the attack animation is really good. It's still sort of funny. I don't really understand why he's holding a pug. The attack animation is really good. The super animation is okay. I think high B tier is fair. I don't care what you say, this bull skin is basically just his base model, and they added Terminator on half of his face and hardly gave him any animations. This is easily F tier. Rebel Lola, I thought at first it's a pretty good skin, but now that I think about it, the attack animation is so small, and the super animation too, that I can't really give it a high rating. D tier. Firefly Rico. I don't know what it is about this skin, but I do not like it at all. So, I don't know. I mean, it gets some decent animations, but I just hate it, so D tier. Spiky Eve is another one that's just, I don't really like it that much. The super animation is decent, but the attack animation is, again, it's just so minimal, and I don't really like it. So for that reason, I think I'm also going to go D tier on this one. Biker Carl is nothing crazy, but I do like his animations, and I don't know, I like the super animation a lot. I don't really know what it is about it, but I like it, so I think I'll go C tier on it. Valkyrie Janet is next, and the attack animation, I really, really like the attack animation on Valkyrie Janet. It's hard to do much with a Janet super animation, but I think they did their best, and I like the way the bombs hit the ground, and yeah, I think they did as much as they really could for Janet on this one, and so I think I'll go A tier. For some reason, I just don't really like Sharktooth Colt. I think it's probably the model, but I mean, the animations are okay, but I just can't get over how bad the model is, and so I think I'm going to go D tier. Ferotus is, I like his attack animation. Again, super hard to do anything with his super animation, but again, I think they did their best, and it fits the theme, so I'm going to go with C tier. Desperado Poco is a pretty good skin for Poco. It doesn't do a ton, but I think what it does do is pretty good, so I'll go B tier. I used to be obsessed with Caesar Sam, and I still think it's a really good skin, just not as good as I used to think it was. And yeah, the animations are really good, so I'm gonna have to give it A tier. I have mixed feelings with Trash Panda Penny, but overall I think it's a really good skin. The bones that pop off of the main attack are really good, and the super is really good. The main attack before it splits I don't really like, but I really like the model, and so I think I'll go A tier with it. Chainsaw Buster. Ugh, Chainsaw Buster. This skin is terrible. It barely changes his main attack or his super at all. So, for those reasons, I'm just going to have to give it F tier. Gummy Bear Nita is a great skin. I do think that Nita has better skins, but overall it's good, and the super is really cool. It's a good skin. So I think I'll probably just put it in the B tier. Magma Mandy is good. I think the animations are very basic, but they're still good animations. So I'll give it top of C tier, bottom of B tier. I really like the model for this El Primo skin, but the attack animation and super animation are both so terrible that I'm gonna have to go top of D tier, bottom of C tier, probably D tier. I really like Crimson RT. His animations, especially the markings, are really good. The super animation is also really good, so I'm tempted to put it S tier, but I will be ending on A tier. Jungle Queen Maisie is okay. There's nothing like super crazy about it. I like the super animation. The attack animation is decent, but I think I'll probably just give it C tier. Spore Cordelius, I really like the attack animation. It's super strange, but yeah, I wish the super had more animation to it, and for that reason, I think I'll also just go C tier on this one. Periscope Pearl. I don't know what it is, but this skin is just so weird to me, and I just think it's a terrible skin. I'm gonna go F tier. Rosie Charlie is another one that's basically the exact same idea. I just don't vibe with it. I really just hate the model. I don't really know what it is, but I'm gonna go F tier. Pinku Paulette is really good. The animations are great. The model is great. Again, I'm tempted to put this one S tier, but I will be landing on A tier. The Midori variation is still good, but not as good as the Pinku one, and I will give it A tier. I think this one is called like Kiru Paulette or something, but still just as good as the last one, so I'll give it A tier. Kit Boxer Kit is terrible. It just hardly gives any animation, and the model is arguably worse than the original, and for that reason I'm going F. Same with both of the variations here. They're both just terrible, and I don't know. I just don't like them. F tier for both of them. Shelly Dancer. I don't know how to feel about this one. I think I like it. The gems are good. Not as good as some of the other skins that Shelly has, but I think it's a solid B tier. Iris Shelly Dancer is basically just as good. I will go B tier. Dahlia Shelly Dancer is, for the same reasons, it's going to end up in B tier. I do think this is the worst one, but it's still good. Fenrir Buzz is a phenomenal skin. I really like this one. Yeah, the ice animation is just amazing, so I think I'll end in top of A tier for this one. I don't know what it is with the red variation here, but I don't vibe with it. It's not my favorite. I'm going to go bottom of B tier, maybe top of C tier. The purple variation, however, is amazing. I love this one. It's easily going in S tier for me. Hacker Brock, it definitely redeems Super Ranger Brock from earlier in the episode. This one's really good, and I think I will go A tier for it. RGB Hacker Brock, I will still go A tier, but I do think it's a little bit worse than the other Hacker Brock skin. Gold Hacker Brock, I think it's the worst of the three for me, but again, still a good skin, probably bottom of A tier. Squidward Mortis skins are so weird, but for some reason I love them, and I'm going to go S tier with the original one. The pink one is going to move down to B tier for me, personally, but it's still a great skin, and it's just weird. The blue one will also be in the A tier. I don't know what else to say. Skeletal Surge is good. I think it is lacking at the base levels, but once it gets upgraded, it is a very phenomenal skin. And the super animation is really good. So for all of these skins, I think I'll probably end in the A tier. I think the heroic one, the anti-hero one, the last one here, is the best one in my opinion. Angel, Larry, and Laurie is really good. I like that it gets so much animation with the double attack and with the twins, so I'm going to go S tier with it. For the Vibrant one, I don't like it as much, but it's still an S tier skin in my opinion. It just gets so much animation, and I love it. And once again, the darker variation will also be an S tier. It gets a lot of animation, and I still think it's cool even though it's darker. Amazing Maisie is the skin for this season, and I think it's a very cool skin. The animations are really clean, and I like it. So I'll go ahead and put this one in A tier. This variation of it, I don't think it's quite as good, but it'll drop down to B tier, but the animations are still great. This one is gonna stay in A tier. It's really good. Thank you so much for watching my first full-length video. I hope you liked it. If you did, definitely like and subscribe because that would mean a lot to me. Remember to check the description for the ones that I was not able to rank because I do not have access to them. I'm excited for the ones coming out in the next Brawl Talk, and those ones look really cool, especially the Kenji ones. I also did like the Melody ones, so yeah, definitely look out. I can't wait to do some more long-length videos. Let me know if there are any small YouTubers you'd like me to collab with, and I'll see you in the next one. definitely give me some video ideas in the comments. See you in the next one, guys. Oops, also, I forgot to say shout out to BB Gamer for the video inspiration.